Okay, so we've got two identities to review today. So I'm going to start with Otis. Yeah. Nope, that's not Otis. Yes, Otis. Here's Otis. Okay. So she's a 3-star. She has a 2-coin pride / skill for her skill 1. It gives her aggro for that skill slot next turn. Sinking Tremor. Damn. Well, if she has the Ujat Vanguard, then she gains Clash Power. Our Clash Word, she inflicts Shit Fracture. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. But she inflicts Sinking and Tremor Count, and then gains Protection next turn. That's not bad. Not bad. Assuming the Sinking count is at least neutral, that'll be good, for considering that Sinking has kind of been in a rough spot recently. Her skill 2 is a slash sloth skill with 3 coins. She gains aggro on use, gains coin power based on the sinking and tremor on the target. Sorry, I'm cold. Anyway, she gains clash power if she has the Ujat Vanguard, and she'll deal more damage. If she wins the clash, then she inflicts the fracture. She'll inflict sinking tremor count on hits with the first and second coin respectively. And then on the third coin, she inflicts sinking and tremor potency, while also gaining protection next turn. Third skill is a Gloom Pierce skill, surprisingly, with 3 coins. If she has the Ujat Vanguard, then she'll deal more damage. She gains aggro to that skill slot next turn. If the target has sinking and tremor, then she'll gain coin power. That's odd. None of her coin power conditionals are. Oh, okay. Never mind. So just as that's the skill 3. Okay. So as we can see here, with the coin power conditionals on the first and second skill, it says for every X, sinking and tremor on the target. But for skill 3, it only says if the target has X plus tremor. Or sinking and tremor buttons. Yeah. So I think this might be a flat 2 coin power. It could just be flat 1, though. Anyway, she gains space power for every X LCA fracture round about to be spent by the skill. And after the attack, she'll gain protection next turn. Yeah. She'll gain protection next turn after the attack, and if at X or fewer LCA fracture round, she reloads. She spends fracture round with the first and last coin. First coin inflicts sinking and tremor count, will also deal more damage based on how much fracture round is consumed. Second coin inflicts sinking, blue sand, weird, and gloom resist down. Oh, that's good. That's good. Now, normally, even just due to how low sinking count she'll probably inflict, she would be pretty bad for sinking. However, she inflicts gloom resist down, which, if I remember correctly, would make sinking damage deal more damage to anything that's, or to abnormalities and stuff. Yeah. Skill coin 3 spends LCA fracture round and deals more damage based on how much is spent. Inflicts sinking potency, triggers tremor burst, then reduces the target's tremor count. If the target has SP, trigger tremor burst again, then reduce target's tremor count. If the target has less than X SP, inflict gloom fragility. Defense skill is composure. If hit while the target has, or while she has shield, inflict sinking against the attacker. If she has a vanguard, then she'll gain protection. For every X protection on self, she'll gain shield equal to Y% of her max HP. That's not bad. I think it'll probably max out at about 10% of her max HP. Either way, that's not bad. So here's the first passive. If any enemy has any panic type changing effect, so that would be currently at least, let's see, that would be Echoes of the Manor, which can now only be inflicted by Bygone Days Ishmael and Wuthering Heights Butler Faust, because you're giving up Wuthering Heights Butler Outis for this. Then there's Ruin, I think, which is inflicted by Wild Hunt Heathcliff. And then there's Shattermark from, well, Heisho Don Quixote. Anyway, if any enemy has that, she'll gain the Ujat Vanguard. If she has that, she inflicts fracture on hit with a base attack skill. If fracture round was spent, then she'll inflict even more based on the amount spent. Okay, so the amount of protection she can gain is capped at something. And then her normal passive is deal more damage for every X protection on self, and combat start gain the Uja Vanguard. What? Huh? What? Okay. Oh, it's probably like Queen of Hatred Don Quixote's thing. So this would be a resonance passive, and this is just a normal passive. And then the smart passive is apply protection to next turn to X allies, or just allies, with the lowest HP percentage. Okay. It's not bad. And her... Here's the page of statuses. So Vanguard gives her min and max speed. She gains protection. Gain the following effects during the combat phase. Capped per skill per turn. When this unit is the main target of an unopposed skill, have the chance for skill's first coin to flip heads. Dear God. Clash start. In the first clash, have the target's chance to flip heads for all of its coins. For both of the above effects, if the target uses minus coins, have their chance to flip tails instead. Okay, that's good. Fracture is a unique sinking. Why? Why do we need unique sinking? Okay, anyway, let's see. For every X stack, take more damage when hit by Sloth and Gloom skills. At max stack, gain Gloom fragility. Take Gloom damage equal to Gloom potency, or sinking potency on self lose sinking count, then expire. If the unit with this effect dies, transfer half of its stack to an ally or allies with the highest SP. If there are no LCA identities on the field, it expires. Blue Sand. On Clash Lose, gain sinking count. On hit or units with SP, change their pad attack to Blue Sand. Okay. Units without SP lose min and max speed. Trying to end reduce stack. This effect isn't cumulative, blah blah blah. Okay, yeah. So the panic effect is lose clash power and losing min and max speed. And then just fracture round. Okay. So she does seem like she'll be a decent sinking identity, but that'll mostly come down to what her numbers are. Okay, time for Faust. Skill 1 is a /sloth skill with 2 coins. If the target is marked by a mark of the prescript, gain clash power and deal more damage. Gain coin power for every X poise and sinking. Oh! Poise and sinking. Okay. Gains poise count. Gain poise potency. Inflict sinking. No count though. Second coin is a pride /skill. Gain final power if the mark of the prescript. Gain coin power for every X. Poise and sinking on target. Blah blah blah. Gain poise and poise count on use. Poise potency on hit. Sinking on hit. Sinking potency on hit. And sinking count on third coin's crit. Great. And skill 3. Let's see. Target has mark of the prescript. Blah blah blah. Gain final power and deal more damage on crit. Gain coin power for blah blah blah. Okay, so if she has enough Grace of the Prescript, converts all the coins into unbreakable coins and deal more damage. Gain poise count, and then gain poise poise potency equal to Grace of the Prescript divided by X. Probably 2. On hit, gain poise. On hit, inflict sinking potency. On hit, with third coin, deal more damage for every X Grace of the Prescript. At Y, Grace of the Prescript, deal more damage instead. Or deal even more damage instead. Okay. And inflict sinking and sinking count on crit. Okay. And then, this is a normal counter with 3 coins. What the hell? Gain final power and deal more damage for every X Grace of the Prescript. Combat start, gain shield equal to X% of max HP. Reduce shield gain for every X karmic consequence, and that Y plus karmic consequence does not gain shield. Gain poise, inflict sinking. Okay. So she gains a prescript based on how much she has on herself. You inflicted the prescript's target to 1 random enemy. Apply mark of the prescript to base attack skills on this unit's dashboard. And at X plus Brace the Prescript, that will target S3. All of the above effects and prescript execution checks do not trigger when this unit is staggered, immobilized, in panic, or ego corrosion. if passive 2, if prescript was executed this turn, heal SP and gain grace of the prescript. When executing prescript, target has prescript. Heal. Okay. Yeah? Turn end. If prescript was not executed this turn, gain karmic consequence at X plus X grace prescript does not gain karmic consequence. If this unit attempted to execute a prescript at target combat start but could not during the enemy could not target the enemy during the turn, does not gain karmic consequence. Okay. And our normal passive. Deal more damage with skills marked by mark of the prescript for every X grace of the prescript itself. Or on herself. At Y, so probably max. Deal more damage with base skills instead. Okay. On hit with base skills, gain against the prescript's target, gain poise potency and sinking and inflict sinking potency. Increases the number of times is for every X grace of the prescript. Okay. At X grace of the prescript, base attack skills inflict more sinking potency, and this unit gains more poise potency. And then her support passive, as the prescript orders, combat start this unit's leftmost skill on the dashboard, and other allies with the target the same enemy slot. Said skill deals X% more damage for every ally targeting the same slot, excluding this unit. Allies when this unit and allies both use attack skills to the main target enemy slot. Okay. Don't really understand that, but okay. Prescript. Let's see, prescript. Prescript 1 is just use a skill marked with, or hit a target with a marked skill. Okay. I don't know what that would do, but okay. Prescript 2 is just hit a target with a skill marked with marked prescript. So, yeah, okay. Number 3 is use an Ego, Awakening, or Skill 3 marked with marked prescript. And then number 4, eliminate all enemies before the next prescript arrives. Dear God, that's going to be sad. Market the prescript. Apply market the prescript to base attack skill on this unit's dashboard. Prescript's target. Take more damage from the index units. This effect is applied to a single target every turn, regardless of the number of index units deployed. Gain offense level for every X stacks. Gain defense level down for every X stacks. Gain fragile for every Y stacks. Okay. I think if Faust has good sinking, then, or if she has good sinking count, then she'll be really good. And in poise, she'll be great, honestly. She doesn't really have any other any contest in poise, aside from Blade Lineage, but it's Blade Lineage. She'll be pretty good, in my opinion. So, yeah, in summary, Otis will be decent, and Faust will be pretty good. But we don't know the numbers yet, so that is subject to change and is entirely a guess. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.